What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are back in the world of Subnautica. And today is a doozy because I still have the feeling that I've lost my sanity. So stick around and wait for the madness to begin. So, spawned back where I left off in the last episode, and I decided that I wanted to get a sea moth because my little, whatever you call it, the sea glide thingy, wasn't good enough for me right now. I needed to go a little bit faster and a little bit further. So I decided I would gather the materials to build a power cell, titanium ingot, to glass, lubricant, and lead, which are what you need for a sea moth. As I was doing this, I found a little wreck and got some beacon parts. And only beacon part. So, got back to my little life pod, I built a power cell, and finally constructed the sea moth. I think I'm gonna name you... Beth. I like it. So, before I decided to leave, I thought that I was in dire need of food and water, so I decided to swim around to look for some fish that I can make into water and into food. Once I got all of my things ready, I got in Beth. We're gonna call it a sea moth. Once I got ready, I got in the sea moth, and I wanted to look for some caves. And you don't know this yet, but I am about to have the best time of my life. So after almost 20 entire minutes of searching, I finally found the cave I was looking for. And luckily, it was the entrance to this cave that was right above a little ruin that I was looking for. Now, once I got down to the bottom, I had to be very careful in this room because of these vines right here. If I touched at least one of them, I would get a poisoning effect that does a lot of damage. Now, normally I'm very patient through here, but I kept getting stuck on the floor. So eventually, once I got through, I was able to scan the water purifier, and then by the time that was done, I went to go get some oxygen. Once I got back, I was able to get through and get the schematic for a high capacity oxygen tank, and then went to go get some more oxygen, and for one last trip, I needed to get the parts for the stasis rifle, or however you pronounce it. Now, because I'm such a genius, once I got all of these parts, I decided I was going to explore another part of this cave. And because my sea moth has a max depth at 200 meters, this was not going to be easy. Now, eventually, once I got through, I decided to leave my sea moth for a bit to go get some resources, which I might add worked amazingly. I actually found a few diamonds and lithium, which you don't normally find as early into the game as I am. Now, as soon as I got so happy because of all of these abundances of resources, I realized I was out of oxygen. Now, normally this wouldn't be too concerning, but when I got back, this worm-looking thing was eating Beth. Now, if my sea moth gets destroyed, I would be stuck in this cave without oxygen. I would be worm food. When I got into the sea moth, I rode away. But because I decided to go caving with my sea moth having a max of 200 meters, it took more damage. Well, good news is I made it. And after all this mentally scarring fun, I decided to head back. Now, luckily or unluckily, when I returned, the Aurora decided to become a bomb. So here's a little clip of that.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So after that nuclear explosion, I decided to construct a laser cutter with the diamonds I collected and headed out to find more. The first place I decided to look were the mushrooms by the grassy plateaus, and once I was there, I found a ruin a little bit further out, which unfortunately would cause me a second scarring moment. Now, as you can slowly see, there is a vent I had to crawl through to get to a second room, which was like a maze, which if you're a little bit smarter than I am, really isn't in my biggest interest. And once I got to the room at the end, I got the modification station parts and a schematic for a reinforced diving suit. Now here's where I noticed a small, very insignificant problem. Where is the vent? Now, because I am him, with 29-ish seconds of oxygen remaining, I found the vent. And I kid you not, I made it to the room I entered in, and I just encountered another little small problem. Just one this time. Where is Beth? Now, being him again, with 6 entire seconds remaining and my screen slowly turning black, I made it to Beth and took the deepest breath of relief in my life. Now, here comes the part that I hate the most, which you, my lucky viewer, don't have to see. I spent nearly half an hour trying to find parts for a Cyclops at the mushrooms. And on my way there, I saw, a tiny little fish who looked just a little bit hungry. So I decided I would stay far away from that area. Far, far away. You know what I found when I got there? You know what I found in the 30 entire minutes I was there looking? I found 2 moonpool parts, which is great, because that's all I needed. But I found 2 bridge parts in 1 single whole fragment. Now, suffering defeat, I decided to take my mind off things by finding life pods 17 and 19. The first life pod I went to was 17, and it had 1 single PDA. So please, with one last hope to finding some ounce of success, I stopped by Officer Keen's life pod, which is in a cave, mind you. And on my way there, I found a small wreck with prawn suit torpedo arms, which is the most useless torpedo arm. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. They're good to have just in case that fish comes by again. Now, once I got to this life pod, I found a time capsule with some materials, which is nice. But the life pod didn't have too much in it. So, as I was leaving to go back to my Seamoth, my PDA decided to encourage me just a little bit.
Motivational note. Craig McGill crash-landed in the acid swamps of Boreal 9, fought off arachnid kidney poachers, and hijacked a tame Star Wall. If he can do all that, you can survive one more day.
I love this game. I went home defeated. I slowly swam back through the monotone water and made it back to my life pod. I decided I would climb to the roof, look at the aurora in the sky, and reflect on all of the fun I've had today. Now, with that being said, thank you very much for watching. Please stop by again soon because I am not done with this game just yet. Please subscribe to my channel as I am very new and it helps quite a bit. I am out of here. Peace.